The fellowship program is where we hope to gather and expand our tribe. We now have more than 25 brothers and sisters between California, England, Sweden, Belgium, Denmark, New Zealand, Brazil, and Mexico. It is time we unite and share our conversations with those who are interested in joining us. It is time we take support from those eager to consume our stories, our practices, our customs, and beliefs. It is here where we will gather our people, the people who are moving away from war and conquering and into a time of nesting and harmony. It is this program that we will use to share our customs, songs, prayers, and where the fellowship members who wish to speak directly to the sisters will be given that benefit. It is where we will put rewards and gifts for supporters, where we will take input on where we should be traveling to as we move into a period of outreach for the sisterhood. Even though we have always followed a policy of transparency and have many visitors that have come to us to film and share, there is an awful lot that we haven't shared with the public. For starters, it has not been our mission to spread dogma. The Sisters of the Valley is a newly born, new age group of sisters whose fundamental mission is to get plant-based medicine into the hands of those in need, and to do that in a responsible and sustainable manner. The mission is supported by our founding principles, which are to honor Mother Earth and her intelligent plant, provide a valuable product to the people, empower other women to succeed, and participate in peaceful, progressive activism. Our fellowship program is where Sisterhood 2.0 will happen. This platform will unite all our people and give us one place to share information, engaging with each other and the enclaves directly. This is where we will set up our face-to-face meetings with the sisters and brothers, and where we will exclusively offer invitations to stay at the sister farm. What have we been reluctant to share? You might be wondering. Our spiritual practices, for one, because people always take words and spin them into darkness, and we weren't in a hurry to have that done to our sacred beliefs. Mother Goddess has told us to quit being chicken shits and get the word out. Our bloopers, our many, many video bloopers, our stories, demystifying the journeys of the women who have midwifed in this new era of matriarchal energies ruling the planet. Their stories, the stories of the ex-sisters that didn't fit in, we will share only those that have humor, medicine, or lessons for development. Our skill sets, our stories, our processes for trouble resolution, for training, for living in harmony with each other and Mother Earth. The adventure of the Sisters of the Valley is one of activism, adversity, and triumph. It is a legacy of going against the customs and laws to create another way. It is the story of the women who have fallen and risen and will not fall again. Join us. We plan to nourish you, inspire you, delight you, challenge you, and honor you. Our followers and subscribers are given the opportunity of supporting the Sisters' mission in exporting the culture, creating more jobs and business ownership for women and their men, for developing out the animated series with the metaphor dolls as a unique means of sharing the voices of the sisters without uncloistering any of us from our privacy.
What is our fellowship program? People want to join us as members of an alternate spiritual tribe. People want to become dedicated clerics living the enclave life. People want to be affiliated in a satellite capacity so they continue to live their own life and still participate in what we do. We already have satellite sisters and brothers doing their own thing, but connected to our spiritual rituals and our outreach activities. We are responding to demand that has been ignored for 6 years as we fought the good fight to have the right to support ourselves through making and selling of holistic remedies. It's time to turn to exporting our culture. It's time we respond to the many people who have asked the question over and over, how can I be part of what you're doing? Our fellowship program is available on 3 platforms: Patreon, Facebook fan subscription, and OnlyFans. All 3 of these platforms will give an opportunity to support the sisters and get access to exclusive content, gifts, and events. Every person who signs up for the fellowship program gets a free copy of our not yet released, brand new, just off the press, Book of the New Beginnings in a digital download format.
And here it is. It was finished today. The Book of the New Beginnings has been a work in progress for 2 years. We've had A number of people work on it, including my daughter, and it's finally complete. If you get up with your camera filmmaker, I want to show, if you can, look at this. I'm going to show that in addition to having all of our prayers and all of our readings and all of our ceremonies and our vows and our customs and beliefs, in between every chapter, there is a code that you can just put your phone up to, and it brings video footage up of the sisters. I'll kill this now. It brings up video footage of the sisters from that period of time covered in the book. The book follows our first 4 years, 2015, 16, 17, and 18 of moon cycles, moon ceremonies. And it has a lot more in it. It has our beliefs, our customs, our practices, and it's been in high demand. And we're super, super excited that we can make it release available, a download available to anybody who signs up for our fellowship program.
The Sisters of the Valley will grow and thrive over the next several hundred years and be a model of how to live and work cooperatively with a small earthly footprint. Down the road, we hope to have a place for everyone. In the model of all religions that have ever grown, we must be inclusive like Catholicism, like the Protestants, like all the contemporary religions. Growth, as an objective, does not make us them. We always remind people we are not a religion, we are a cult. We say, admittedly, arrogantly, we put the cult in agriculture and the cult in cultivation. The root of cult means to worship, and we represent a return to an age where Mother Earth is worshipped, where Mother Earth is put back in the center of our spiritual practices, and women lead the ceremonies. To answer our calling, we need to export our culture and grow the number of members in our global community. We have begun that with Sister Maria in New Zealand and Brother Matt in the UK, and Sister Rosa and Brother Alexander in Sweden, and with Sisters Camilla and Luna in Mexico. It has all begun. Outsiders want to help us. Nearly a quarter of our followers are in the industry, and it is from the cannabis industry that we must grow the new way of living in harmony with Mother Earth and her people.
Interested folks do not need to support us monthly to toss their hat into the ring. It is on these platforms that we will have the link to the database where you can sign up and answer all the many questions that you need to answer if you're interested, if you feel like you have a calling, or if you just want to be part of the spiritual practices in any way, or if you want to come to work for us, or if you want to start an enclave in your corner of the world. There's a lengthy questionnaire that has to be answered. We do not require you to pay us $4 a month to toss your hat into that ring, to give us your credentials. We do require you to answer all the questions on that questionnaire, but you can join up for the beginning fee and then you can cancel your memberships. We are not going to take you out of the database. You're still in our database. As soon as anyone registers on any of these fellowship platforms, they are emailed their own personal copy of the book we wrote outlining our customs, beliefs, worship services, and the first 4 years of our readings. The book is called The Book of the New Beginnings, and it is free to anyone who signs up for the fellowship program. If you sign up to get the book and then drop out, we're okay with that. We think you will miss some great stuff by not staying in, but we understand that times are tough and not everyone can afford to pay $1 a week for alternate spiritual and career information. We do recommend that people stay in the program so they can keep up with the enclave news that will only go to the fellowship members.
Every full moon we have a moon ceremony. Full moon days and quarters of the year are our holy days. We are scholarly, serious women on a scholarly, serious mission. Our moon ceremonies have readings from books like these.
And you might want to take a gander: Everyday Narcissism, Teal Swan, The Sculptor in the Sky, Jesus Unbound, and Jesus Untangled, which talk about the fact that if you're in politics, you'd have no right to call yourself a Christian. It's an anti-Christian thing to do, to try to put Christianity into politics. Conflict is not abuse. Brene Brown, Braving the Wilderness. Creating Circles and Ceremonies, the wisdom of the beguines, and many, many more. Sorry, sister, go ahead.
Moon ceremonies contain short readings from these subject categories: Mother Earth and what's happening to hurt or heal her, conflict resolution, understanding fascism, understanding ourselves, shadow work studies, and using our powers of manifestation. Moon ceremonies also include fire circle chants and songs, prayers, affirmations, and rituals. If Julius Caesar hadn't fucked with our calendar, there would always be 13 a year. His meddling in things he didn't understand makes it so that some years we have 12 and some years we have 13. As a fellowship member, you get a copy of the moon ceremony that for the past 5 years has been exclusive information for the sisters and brothers.
Want to hear about the ex-Catholic nun who stole a car and ran away?
Coolio's ex-wife's short visit with the Enclave?
The real story about why we have no sisterhood in Canada?
Who are the carpetbaggers of the industry?
What landmines and pitfalls to avoid in entering the hemp business?
What infrastructures have the sisters created to make their business safe?
Death threats?
Litigation?
Farm dog drama?
Sheriff's visits?
The fellowship program is where the sisters can speak their truths because we know the enemies won't want to pay a monthly fee to hear what we're talking about. So this program is where we get to speak what's in our hearts. Special exclusive video content not shared anywhere. Body cam footage of dogs chasing the sisters, of sheriffs ripping plants, and conversations covering what we don't have actual footage of. Death threats, carpetbaggers, and the sheriff's posse.
Footage of the sisters on game night.
Footage of the sisters gathered and chilling on movie night.
Sisters dancing together for exercise.
Sister Quinn's tarot card readings.
How-to videos by specialty: cooking, growing, and medicine making, sewing, sage bundle making, setting up a CBD store, working as an agent in CBD sales.
In addition, the first 200 people who sign up for our fellowship program, every 10 person who signs up for our fellowship program, we're going to pick an address. If we have an address, you have to give us a shipping address, and they're going to get a gift. Free book of the Beguines. In addition to getting the free book of the Beguines that everybody's getting, 20 of the first 200, so you have a 1 out of 10 chance, if you're part of the first 200 people who sign up, to get a copy of The Accidental Nun, which we will ship to you. Also, our program is going to feature more gifts every month, like our masks. What else did we have to give away? We have badges and patches to give away, and every month we're going to be giving gifts to those people who are our loyal followers through the fellowship programs.
You'll get access to the Sisters Image and Video Library, including farming and agricultural, spiritual, medicine making, and activism photos and videos.
Those are the 4 categories that we're sort of dumping all of our images from the beginning into. Either their farming, or their spiritual, or their medicine making, or their activism. And that concludes our little explanation of what our fellowship program is. And if you have any questions, do we have like a general email that we have people write to, or do they reach us on the
platform? I don't want them to reach
platform?
support, so they'd probably just email me directly at Sister Quinn.
Okay, so then she's
I don't
our
wanna
lady.
gunk up
She's
support.
the founder. If you have questions about any of this, you write Sister Quinn with 2 N's at sistersofcbd.com.